the Wannabeez.
I did my fucking time in the rat wars.
I don't want to die, Jerry. I don't want to die, Jerry.
I fucking love toys, man. I love toys.
The chair was full.
It's like my tears are running down my big gray buff beard.
I'm gonna be a dad.
Get the fuck out of here. John's pregnant.
And at this point, I absolutely lost my fucking shit. Welcome to this week's edition of the Wannabeez. I'm your host, Justin Kyle, and with me, as always, is Nick Gula.
Let's go!
And John Van Hook.
Howdy, partner.
Is that what we're going with, John?
Yeah, I've decided I'm
Is that where
sticking
we're
with the John Wayne thing.
Howdy, partner.
That's funny.
Oh man, we have. I don't know about you guys, but I have at least a few things to get to. But do you guys have anything?
This is going to be a full episode because I got so much, guys.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear. What about you, Gula?
You know, I've been listening back to all of our thing because I want to get our listenership up, and so I'm going to each.
Fudging the numbers a little.
I'm fudging the numbers a little bit so we can get some analytics out there. But I just listened to King Ant this morning. Just now I listened to that. Totally fucking yeah. I totally wrecked that whole fucking episode.
It wasn't that
I'm coming
bad.
back.
I mean, I think you were
but I'm
just in the
coming back.
moment.
Don't worry. I'm coming back, guy. The next time we play that guy, I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna murk you guys, guy. It's not even funny.
He was listening to that episode like NFL players like rewatch their old games. It'd be like, I gotta go left, I gotta go right.
Yeah, I was going to game tapes and shit and fucking seeing your guys' weaknesses. COVID Chuck.
Yeah.
I'll be ready for that question next time, bitches.
What you should be doing is just studying up on your Tell 'em Steve Dave stuff, I guess. Unless you're specifically training to fight us at whatever competition comes next, in which
there's a
that's what you're
competition
doing.
that comes next. Our new competition is going to be Christmas.
It's the
set
Christmas
list
one coming up.
showdown. I thought, but
Unless I surprise
I
you with a
feel
game
like-
or something next week.
ooh.
I feel like if we could come. Oh, you got a game next week, huh?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Let's move on. What were you saying? What were you saying a minute ago?
I've never played like sports, but fuck, do I have a competitive spirit?
Yeah.
Besides that point, I want to
naturally.
get to my point, guys. I want to get to my point. Let's get to my point.
Yeah.
I remember on episode, I believe it was the Weed Mania.
Okay.
You said you had a lot more stories, and we haven't heard of a regale of a weed story. So you got any, Justin? You got anything that could pull you out of your ass that we?
Oh
we could,
man, on the spot.
on the spot,
Yeah. Ooh,
you know, but
frying them
you
up
promised-
like a summer salmon.
You promised our Wannabeez listeners that you had plenty of stories, and I was listening back, and we haven't had a good weed story in a while. So.
Honestly, the aye woo woo that was technically a weed story because that's something.
Ooh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That was
All right.
something that we did. And that's not. I'll think of a weed story.
Okay,
But,
next week,
that-
this is your homework, Justin. Next week.
Because we all know we do our homework around here.
Oh, it's the homework. You know, I'm bringing. Gula's gonna bring the homework next week. I need a story because I need a weed story from Justin because it's gonna kind of comfort me, and I want you to come and hold me.
Have I ever?
and tell me
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you a weed story now. Have I ever told you guys about the rat war? Did I talk about that on the pod?
Oh, no,
You just mentioned. Yeah, you just said the word
mentioned it,
rat
right.
wars, which was
You just said it, but you
funny
didn't
enough.
get into it though.
Yeah, I could do the rat wars this time, but technically, yeah, the IU, that's a weed story because that's what we would do. We would just that's what we, and we would just like fucking go crazy, like everybody, and it would just hype everybody up.
Would it get increasingly louder too as you went on?
Oh yeah, dude, people would be fucking jumping on tables and fucking banging on shit.
Imagine being the new guy.
Oh, dude, being the new guy in that room must have been fucking awful because you're walking in on years of inside jokes and slang and terms and just like for instance, like I don't know if I mentioned this on the pod, but if it was your birthday, dude, and we found out, we fucking sang to you every goddamn day of the month. Like every time you walked into that fucking room, we'd go, "Hey, happy birthday!" We would sing happy birthday. We would sing happy birthday from all of us to you. We would sing For They're a Jolly Good Fellow. We had instruments. We had fucking like a whole shtick. Every fucking time you walk
And they
into
turned
that
on
room.
you too, right? When it was your birthday.
I kind of skated by.
Oh, as usual. As usual. Now, are you a birthday guy?
No.
No, yeah, just like
I
me.
just love annoying the absolute piss out of people.
See, the problem with that is now that you told me that that's not what you want to do, you've now put me in your ire, and I am a big birthday guy. I love singing happy birthday, so
It's happening.
It's all over now. Now
It's
I'm gonna
happening.
bring it. I'm bringing the noise.
It's fucking awesome.
When's your birthday?
So
When's your birthday?
we're not gonna. So the Rat Wars.
I'm gonna find out. Don't worry. Happy birthday to you.
Wait, it's copyrighted. It's copyrighted.
If you're dishing it out, you got to be willing to take it. But I personally wouldn't want to take it.
They did it to me. I on the day I skirted by, but then when they found out, it was even worse. So they did get to me.
Okay.
Okay, Rat Wars. Bring it.
Okay, so Rat Wars. This is one of my first jobs. This is when I was working. It was like that sort of abandoned building, and that had no toilet or anything like that. I'm sitting there trimming one day, man, and I'm sitting on my little tote with scissors in my hand, a bud in the other, with headphones in, just trimming away. Early in the morning, nobody else has shown up. That was like the best time when it was just me, and I could just listen to like Tell 'em Steve Dave or whatever the fuck. And I'm just in my own little world. All of a sudden, dude, I feel like little like needles on my ankles. And I look down and there was a fucking rat, dude, crawling up my pant leg, guy.
Ooh. Inside or outside?
It was starting to get inside, like the head and the two little front paws were just starting to go up. And I like slapped it away. I got up, I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm freaking out, and it kind of like scurried behind a box, like a tote of weed. Dude, my heart is racing. I'm like, what? I'm freaking the fuck out. So what did I do? I duct taped my pant legs to my sneakers. Got a broomstick, and I sat on my little station.
This is like The Walking Dead.
It was awful, dude. I had like just to paint the picture too. I also had to wear like a full Dickies suit, right? Like a full, like what Michael Myers wears,
Yeah, like a jumpsuit.
full jumpsuit, right? I put patches on it. I put like the Ghostbusters logo on one side, and then on the other side is a 4-color demon patch. But anyway, I had the suit on, and I duct taped the pant legs to my sneakers, and I'm sitting there trimming again. This time, nothing else is playing, and I'm kind of like listening for little scuttles or anything like that. Eventually, I hear something behind me, and I look behind me, and there's now 2 of them. And they're fighting.
They have guns.
They're right. Like they come out with fucking guns and knives and shit. But no, they're fighting each other. Like they're going at each other like fucking crazy. Like they're barrel rolling all over the place, guy. They're squeaking. They're biting each other.
It's just like kicking. A big puff of like dust with like tails and feet
Just
sticking
a
out.
cloud of like fucking like little like buds that were on the floor and like little like dried up leaves and shit. Just fucking like tumbleweeds everywhere. Literally. Finally the bigger rat, I must have like broke the other one's neck, dude. I swear to God, broke its neck, killed it, and then just dragged it back behind the tote where it had originally scuttled from. And at this point, I absolutely lost my fucking shit. Like, absolutely dude. I like ran out. I'm like, fuck this. I sat in my car, waited for the boss to show up. I told him what happened. I'm telling you, it was fucked up. So they ended up putting up like this makeshift rat trap. It was a bucket with like spikes and water and shit. And there was a little like dowel that went across the bucket with like peanut butter and some like other shit. So like the rat would go across the dowel, fall into the spikes, and probably drown.
Oh my god! It's like one of those Vietnam traps they have in like museums, like Vietnam War museums.
I told him like I don't care what you do. I did my time.
They're putting out bouncing Bettys.
I did my fucking time in the rat wars.
Fucking bouncing Bettys around the guy and fucking boom boom. That reminds me of a story with the duct tape. I should tell you this story. When you work at the housing authority in this area, it was always, you knew what was gonna come, and I'm gonna explain why you knew shit was coming. So, in the housing authority, it's literally the worst place, and you'd always be sent to the basement to go do something, like to run another circuit or fix something or fucking thing. So every time I got this fucking call, it was so... I dreaded this call. The reason I dreaded this call is I had to do the same thing. I had to put not only on my feet, but every place anything could ever crawl in. I'm talking here. I'm talking here. I'm talking across the arms. I'm talking across the waist. Like, you had to, like make sure there was no opening. And the reason you had to do that, because when you went down in the basement, you felt crunching underneath all of your feet. And the crunching noise came from 3 inches. I'm talking 3 inches across the entire basement of live cockroaches.
Yeah, baby.
God.
Would crawl into they would fall from the ceiling into your mouth. It was just the most fucked up place I've ever worked in. After you fucking went there, because you're stepping in it, right? And if you step in it, you get eggs all over you, guy, and you bring them home. Literally, what I would have to do those days, I would have to burn everything I had on, just fucking set it on fire, because it was no longer good.
I like the image of Nick just like standing butt ass naked, like burning his clothes outside,
like
just outside pouring fucking lighter fluid on the fucking back in one of those hobo fucking barrels, those 5-gallon barrels,
rusted to hell,
looking like fucking
Walter
that dude,
White.
Yeah, looking like Walter White or fucking Christmas Vacation. I always picked. Fucking his brother-in-law or whatever the fuck that dude fucking pouring the shit down the sewer guy.
Sure was full.
Shit was full. That's me burning my clothes outside, butt ass naked with my cock out and shit, fucking burning clothes because they're fucking roach fucking eggs all over him, guy. Honey, I'll be in a second, guy. My fuck.
Robert, that Gula fella's out there naked again.
All they see, because I live on behind me is a highway. They're just driving by at 65 miles an hour. They just catch out of the corner of their eye. They just see a fucking naked dude burning shit, dude. burning things in the thing. What the fuck is going on? And they can't turn around because it's the highway. they're fucking vroom, vroom. So all they do is just catch a glimpse of me fucking butt ass naked with my cock out guy throwing fucking matches into a fucking 5-gallon thing. Saying, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Like, are you drunk, Steve? It's like, no, I think I just saw an uncircumcised man.
I like that he did it day after day after day.
No, fortunately, I didn't have to go there much, but you'd have to go 2 to 3 times a month. You know, kind of go over there. And it's a housing authority. They fucking take care of like low income people. So
Well, I have a remotely similar story just to kind of like play off of that on the roach thing. I haven't talked very much about what I do for a living, but I work for a certain company that does like rent to own like furniture and stuff like that.
it's like a kind of a center where you find all those things.
But the point is, so I go into a lot of, like you said, low income houses and stuff like that, because usually, most people want to buy their stuff outright, and the stuff that we're doing rent to own is somewhat marked up. So a lot of people getting our items are getting it because they don't have much other choice. So we're doing this delivery on a bed on this one specific place that I'm not sure why my boss sent me there, because it was my first time there, but they were very well aware of the situation, and they had made many jokes and comments about it like beforehand, like, oh, you're going to that house, huh? All right, have fun, kid. And it's just like, oh God. Because if they're, like you get 2 days into this job and then you find out, like, if they're joking like that about a place, you're not going to have a great time in there.
You are fucked.
Yeah. But it's very much like you could tell from the outside, like a hoarder house, and there's roaches on the outside, like on the front door. So that's how it's not good, man. It's not going to be good in there. But we go in, and the person that I'm dealing with it's seemingly bound to their recliner or chair, whatever this thing was, hoisting them up. But it appeared they didn't move from that piece of furniture very often.
I don't want to die, Jerry. I don't want to die, Jerry.
Come on, man. I'm not trying to paint the picture like that. So we get
now, John. This recliner now, was it in the center of something? Did they have a bunch of stuff around them or something?
Yeah. So I'm getting to that part. I'm glad you asked. Actually, I was just about to say,
stacked around them, preventing them, like kind of like a maze, like a rat maze, kind of, huh?
Yeah. Well, less rat, more cat. So let me paint the picture a little bit. It's very. I understand you're trying to imply this is a hoarder-like house. Yes, it was. Not quite Collier's Mansion, but definitely like there's not a lot of room to walk. But and we're talking like a regular trailer. The thing about the place is, though, is the whole floor seems like it's gravel. The entire floor that you can seems completely like gravel. And it took me a minute to figure it out what I was standing in. And then after a while I realized it's all cat litter. The entire floor is almost 100% cat litter. What else is present in cat litter is usually fucking cat piss and shit.
Oh my
So there's cat piss and shit all over the floor. That's not even the worst part about this house, though. As I hand over the paperwork to be signatured from the person in the recliner that is buried in stuff, yes, Gula, for some reason, instead of just signing the paper and handing it back, they start going into this story about how, like, oh, sorry the place is the way it is. We're in the middle of a remodel right now, and we're just kind of like figuring things out. Which, I mean, I really wanted to give him the fucking benefit of the doubt, but there's never been a remodel on this place, because the last time you could ever get to the walls to remodel anything had to have been years and years ago. So I'm standing in the cat box, the oversized cat box that is this woman's living room.
Oh, dude, the smell must have been fucking unreal.
I wasn't breathing. I was trying my hardest not to breathe, and that came as an indicator at the front door as well. Like the stench hits you, but that's like a skill I've gotten. You know, like like Navy SEALs have to like be able to breathe underwater for like a couple of minutes. I've gotten somewhere close to that. I personally believe because of the way I've been able to hold my breath going into all these people's houses and holding heavy stuff. Like, you know, you gotta breathe and tax yourself a little bit to hold heavy furniture. But like I'm going in like I'm like deep sea diving, holding an entire sofa love on my back.
That is fucking crazy.
I haven't even got to the worst part, man. So the worst part is she's talking, right? She's talking about it being a remodel. And I'm just like, uh-huh. And I look like just around and I realize that this one wall on the other side of the room appears, not only is it a different color from the rest of the room, but it appears to be alive, like it's moving.
It's moving.
Yes.
It's moving.
Yeah. And then I realize why it's moving. It's because it's all 100% roaches.
Oh,
I have never, like, I've seen an infestation of roaches before. Holy shit, what is on that wall? Because I've seen it only on the floor or like in something or like they have a hive or something. Why? What about that spot on the wall is so tempting to all these roaches that they're all congregating right there? Like somebody just like splatter like a jar of like strawberry jelly or something on that wall 3 years ago, and they're just like creating a fucking like type 2 civilization based off of the births and deaths that have happened from the from the resources they got from whatever the hell that's claiming them to stay in that one spot on the wall. But it was horrifying. I as soon as I laid eyes on it, I immediately was like tried my best to speed her up in the process of being like, all right, initial here, sign here. Okay, give me that. Then we went back out. I turned to my partner. I'm not going to say his name, but I've many situations just like this have made me bonded with this guy so much. Like I love this guy. He's great.
Shared trauma.
Yeah, definitely shared.
You guys
trauma,
have been through the trenches
for sure. So I love this guy, and I turned to him, and we have been through a lot of crazy situations, like I just said. So in reference to that, I turned and I'm like, I don't pull this card a lot, man. You know I don't, but I'm gonna pull it right now. We're not going back in there. There's no fucking way I'm stepping another, like, I don't want to spend another second in that house because I'm 2 visits in that house. I'm definitely taking something home with me, you know? If I didn't get it on the first one, why in the world would I be like, no, that's fine. I'm impervious to him then.
Oh my God.
Shamefully and shamelessly. At the same time, I will say that we left that woman's mattress on her front step, leaned up against the roachy door. I knocked like a mailman. I knocked and then dashed back to the truck and and squealed off. And so that was my whole story to go along with that.
Did I mention this was a crawl space that I was in and it had no lights?
Oh my God! Fuck! so like
it was even worse because you knew they were there, but you couldn't really see them, and they were kind of just crawling all over you and in your mouth and shit like that.
That's literally fear factor. Just that happening while Joe Rogan's off on the side, like, you got this, Nicholas. It's 2 more minutes. you're just shoving all the roaches in your mouth.
Yeah, if you're gonna pay me fucking all that money, I'd fucking yeah. All right, let's go. Let's get to your stories now.
There was another thing, unless you want to take the lead, Justin.
No.
Well, you're kind of gonna anyway, because there's another thing that I had just queued up. Very impromptu. So I got this Boba Fett the other day. I got it from an Ollie's, which is like, it's like a discount store. They like resell stuff. And so this was $3.99, and I was like, wow, a Boba Fett. $3.99, like this whole toy, right? And it's supposed to be like, it's like one of those, it's classic Kenner toy styled retro. It says retro collection series. Me and my wife, we're in a new house now. I don't know if I talked about that, but we are now moved in. It's going pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah.
But there's so many windows, and we needed to go get curtains. And I don't know if either of you have ever been curtain shopping before, but I highly recommend you go first to a bank and then take out a small personal loan because
Yeah, dude.
because holy fuck is curtain shopping just the worst kind of shopping to do at all. I'd rather be buying like china from a expensive shop that I knew was going to be obliterated by a bull seconds later. I would rather buy that.
Don't you got to buy the blinds, like
Yeah.
like the Innapot, and then you got a fucking decorative fucking this and decorative that guy.
And of course, none of these windows have rods or anything on them, so I got to buy the rods.
$175 for one window, guy.
Exactly.
You're not even out of the bed. You're not even out of the bedroom yet.
I wish you were joking
Yeah.
too, because this is almost exactly how it's going. But the best curtain I've ever found was like an old blanket and a couple of nails.
Yeah, there you go, guys.
That's how we do it out here in the Midwest.
If you get into like the blackout ones, guy, those fuckers cost so much money,
Oh
guy.
my God,
so
yeah.
much money. If you're just getting a normal one that like you can see through, they're bad. But you get the ones that you like totally black out the sun in the morning, guy. Those things are so fucking expensive.
I just want to be able to forget a towel when I go to shower and walk through the house to go get a towel without worrying about the entire neighborhood seeing my junk. So the hazy ones do that trick. I don't need it to be blackout. But anyway, so the whole thing goes back to like we were going curtain shopping and we spent a long time in this place looking at all these very, very expensive curtains and only left with the Boba Fett. So now I got the Boba Fett home.
No curtains.
Well, we got curtains now, and that's another really long story. But so my whole thing about this is I wanted to go into years ago. I stopped trying to buy things that I like, and that sounds so weird when I say it like that. But I mean, I just went through this whole phase of just not only did all these things cost me money. And the money cost me time out of my life and usually energy to produce the money. And then I just got this plastic thing that I like, and it is nice, and it brings me somewhat joy when I look at it. But also, so my dad was a collector. And you won't hear me talk about my parents a lot on this pod for for a lot of reasons. But my dad, when he loved NASCAR, and he used to have a bunch of like classic model NASCAR cars in like glass plastic cases and like little figures of like the drivers like doing their poses with their trophies and shit. Lots of good collectibles and shit he had throughout the years. He had his own trophies. He did BMX racing for years in Arizona.
So that was your college fund?
It would have
Spent
been
it all on NASCAR?
No. He didn't spend much money on all this stuff, but he definitely like took good care of it like he did. And I'm sure by the time, like right now, a lot of that stuff he has on his shelf, I'm sure to the certain specific person is worth a lot of money. But my whole thing growing up is like, I was like, what do you got all these toys on the fucking shelf for, you weirdo? Like, take them out of the plastic and like, why aren't you playing with all this shit? Obviously, as a kid, you don't understand any of that. And it doesn't make the same kind of sense to you. And something that was really nice, and I personally think like changed how my brain works, is at one point he actually got a couple of them down and opened them and let us like fuck around with them and play with them. And eventually when we were done and we didn't give a shit, he took them back and put them back on the shelf. What that did, I think, changed in my brain when I started collecting things. Depending on what it was, it had to be an extremely rare and controversial thing. But otherwise, like, I got tons and tons and tons of pop figures, and I immediately took them out of their packages and wanted to feel them. I got all kinds of action figures and toys, comics, collectible comic things. So then after having that whole revelation in my life, I got to this other revelation in my late to mid 20s where I'm like, I have all I have all this bullshit, and I don't know what to do with it because I love it, but also I feel like guilty for having it and having spent money on it, and also I don't have that much place to display it, and I move a lot, and every time I move, it's hard to work around. And so I think this is all very, very common collector's guilt stuff. But the thing I kind of wanted to ask you about is, do you think I should open this Boba Fett?
Fuck yeah, dude.
What do you think, Gula?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You think I should open this Boba Fett?
It's $3.
Yeah,
right?
It was
should've
$3,
bought
right?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Well, because here's the thing: is I love how retro
You could hang it up
packaged
and
it
be like a
is.
little decor thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put a tack through it.
If that's the way you feel, I mean, if you feel that way and you want to keep it in that pristine thing, then keep it in the pristine condition.
I do.
But just know about 20 years from now, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Why the fuck did I keep all this shit? Why didn't like?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, John. I've got shit like I've got DVDs like fucking you wouldn't believe, guy. I bought so many fucking DVDs, guy, that it's not even funny, guy. And now I display them as like fucking like I collected all these things, and I'm sitting here going, if I have to move these fucking DVDs one more fucking time, I swear to God, I'm gonna burn every single one of them. It's like fuck. You know, you get to a point where you're like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
I feel that way. I feel that way with my flag, like my 4-Color Demons flag. Like I spent so much fucking time getting all the fucking signatures and carrying around and the pictures and the memories. At this point, I just do it because just to do it. It's not that I've come so fucking far with these. It would make everything that I've done to this point fucking meaningless, and it's like that's the feeling you have, is like, oh fuck, man. It's like, oh, this is ridiculous, guy. But you got to keep going. You got to kind of keep going. It's fucked up. It's fucked up feeling.
I think for me, John, you could there's two type of collectors, right? There's one that opens the box and poses them and enjoys it for what it is. Then there's the other one that keeps it on ice and hopes that, you know, if I have enough of these, I could put my kid through college, or I could buy a house someday. But in reality, like, if you just fucking didn't spend the money in the first place, you probably could just buy a fucking goddamn house. I've collected toys forever, dude. I've got so many toys, and 90% of them are out of the box. There's a couple like I won't open because they're old, and I'm like they've been
Yeah,
like,
of course.
you know, unopened for so long that I feel horrible for opening it. But you know, fuck it. That's a $3 fucking clearance aisle sort of fucking Boba Fett. It's cool looking. It probably look cool like on a desk or something. You know what I mean? So enjoy it for what it is. I fucking love toys, man. I love toys.
It's this real dichotomy, though, because I also really love toys, too. And there's two reasons that I hold back on that. Because it's like the reason I have them right now. It's that dichotomy of like, it looks cool in the package the way it is. And I want to be a collector and true. But also I want to reach into that inner me that's like, fuck that. Like I was saying before the pod started, I'm not an authority guy, you know, so fuck that. You know, fuck that whole I'm going to keep it in the box jive. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to have my fun with it. But also, then we're touching into this other part that I have where it was like, I stopped legitimately playing with these things years ago. And I very frequently, like, I'll think back to the last time I tried to play with my toys and it felt wrong. And it's such a jarring feeling, you know, to go through, to be like, the fuck am I doing with these things?
Well, I mean, it probably only happened like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, shut up. All right. But for real, though, like, it was a weird moment, I remember, in my life to feel like I shouldn't be playing with toys anymore. And then I guess I just decided in my brain that I couldn't pretend like that. And then it didn't, like, it's almost like a children's movie. Like, I didn't know how to play with toys anymore. And then one day I just couldn't. You know what I mean? I got the guys out and they just wouldn't fucking punch each other like they used to. And they wouldn't talk shit like they used to. And so if I do take this Boba Fett out, I'm afraid I'm just going to hold him and have him like I have the because so I had this Batman I just bought a couple years ago, and I just did this whole spiel I'm doing to you now to my wife.
And she didn't divorce you immediately? She's like
No,
she's a keeper.
She's very supportive. Yes, I keep her around. I got this Batman. I can't remember 100% what it was called. It was like a Dark Detective Batman or something like that. It's straight up just Batman with a trench coat, and that's why I bought it, because it was Batman with a trench coat, and it was badass. And I was like, I've seen all kinds of renditions of Batman, but this guy's got jeans, combat boots. He's got the regular like chest and cowl, but he's got a trench coat on over it with like the sleeves ripped off. I was like, this is fucking sweet. And I took it. I got it. It was like $20. I brought it home. I took it out, and literally within minutes of flipping it back and forth in my hand, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why did I just spend this money on this? And now I'm just gonna, like you said, pose it, but he didn't even pose well. It was a really shittily made figure, so I didn't have that much fun with it posing it anyway.
It's kind of like video games now for me. It's like I buy a fucking video game, we play it, unless it's like like Helldivers or something that we could play over and over again. You play it. It's like what is it? God of War, or it's Assassin's Creed, or you buy a new Mario game and you fucking beat it and you beat all the fucking shit, and then it's like, okay, when am I really gonna ever fucking? I like the fact that now you can buy them digitally. You know, the thing. I always like
you can stack them a lot better
the physical medium of it. I always like, because I've collected all of that stuff. Like I got it in my collectibles. I got fucking video games up the ass in their cases with all the fucking all the instructions, and I used it, but I put it back after I was done and I display them on a fucking on a thing I built. But
are you a Halo guy?
Like, then you look at it. What?
You a Halo guy?
Halo? Oh yeah,
I figured.
Halo, Assassin's Creed, fucking.
I figured.
I'm old school. I'm kind of old school. My all-time favorite fucking game, and they don't make it, and you can't get it anywhere anymore, guy, was Uniraces.
Never heard of it.
The 64, Nintendo 64. Or it was Super Nintendo, guy. You can't even find them anymore. This game has disappeared from the lexicon. If you have it, I will fucking pay you whatever the fuck you want for it, because I'll buy it.
You can have the Wannabeez LLC for it.
I'll just fucking I'll zuck you guys for it, guy. No, it was just the memories of playing this game down in the basement of like my friend's house, guy. Just getting aggravated that they beat your fucking high score. And my point is like, after you do all that, it doesn't kind of mean anything. It doesn't it's so weird. You do all this stuff, you buy it $60. You beat it, you do all this stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, fucking, now what am I going to do? We're going to fucking sit it on the wall, guy. And then you bring it to fucking GameStop. They're like, yeah, this is not a super rare game, so we're going to give you 50 cents for it. Fuck you, 50 cents. You just sold it to me 2 days ago for fucking $60, you bastard. So you kind of like just like have to collect it, and it's like, oh, fuck.
It's kind of like stoicism, you know. It's like you got to very much look forward. You got to enjoy what you have in the moment and then look forward, because too much looking back on the past, too much like feeling like, oh, why did I buy this? Why did I, blah blah blah, brings all this doubt and remorse and guilt. And what do you do with that at the end of the day? Then you're just stuck with that feeling. So you almost kind of have to like,
you're stuck.
Take
well,
it,
you kind
swallow
of,
it,
because if I didn't do any of that stuff, I'd have been a millionaire already. Dude, a millionaire.
A couple
guy.
less Halo games, and I'd have been Elon Musk.
Fucking just working as an electrician. Like I was dude, in like the early 2000s, I'm making fucking in 98, 99, I'm making like fucking $6,000 a fucking week, guy. Like it's nothing. Blowing it in my fucking, sniffing it up my nose, or smoking it, and fucking going out drinking.
Oh, so that's even a more unique buyer's remorse then. So it's like I have all these comics and shit that I have to look at, but you don't even have that. You just have to think about all the stuff like that went into your body that you were just like, man, if I could gamble that back, I probably think I would. That's gotta suck.
Oh fuck yeah, guy!
That's real
all
right
the
there.
cigarette packs that you buy, the fucking cigarettes you smoke, the fucking the oh my god, it's just so. To think back now is like, oh,
The
what was I
consumption.
thinking? I would be so fucking rich right now. I would be so rich right now. I could probably buy and sell the Wannabeez LLC over and over again, guy.
At some point, you got to decide that you're gonna be a producer instead of a consumer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're gonna produce stuff instead of like just always consuming and consuming.
Work hard, play hard. That's what I say. Fuck it, man. You can't look back. You're gonna fucking. You just gotta do it.
As far as collecting goes, man, I've opened up most of my figures, and I also like to display them though.
Really?
That's why I'll buy something, and dude, I got multiple bookshelves and display cases just full of
I
figures.
pegged you for like an in the case guy.
No, I'm like I want to hold it, I want to feel it, I want to pose it, I want to play with the fucking accessories. Like I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll play with my toys. Like I want to see. I'm very picky. If I buy a figure, it's got to be something that really hits that fucking like I need this. You know what I mean?
Is the trench coat doing it for you?
And no, that wouldn't do it for me. It's got to be. I have so many Batman figures at this point. It's got to be like
I
a
wanna
really
see that
unique
sometime.
Batman figure for me. One of the toy lines that I was really into collecting was the Toy Biz 1989 Batman series.
Are these like the movie?
Yeah, like the movie figures that came out, and for like the Michael Keaton. So my uncle, he was a massive collector, like huge. He had a whole room that we called the Bat Cave, and it was everything that you could think of. He had everything. He had all the Michael Keaton stuff. He had Migos. He had Adam West stuff. He had everything from all the other movies, The Dark Knights, everything. He had fucking everything. So he was the one that really kind of gave me that collector's bug, right? Because like we would sit there, guy, and we would compare head sculpts like from the same line, but you could tell that they were made at a different factory because the paint application is different, or you know what I mean, like the mold is slightly different. So like this is from this wave, this is like from this region.
I want to pose this question before we get further. I'm gonna let you get your statement out. But
Okay.
What movie actor was your Batman out of all
Keaton.
the Keaton?
Michael
Okay.
Keaton.
You're doing Keaton. I'm kind of partial to George Clooney, guy. I feel like the nipples on his suit was key for the whole thing. Nah, I'm a Keaton all the way, but I just wanted to fucking say
No
that.
shit. I love that movie. And it's so weird to think that I love that Batman movie for literally everybody in it but Batman. But I really enjoy those movies. But yeah, George Clooney's not it.
My uncle had all these collectibles and shit, right? Like he had a whole room. He actually had, this is a funny story. He had a full bat suit that he made for himself. He fabricated like old like lacrosse gear that he had. He made like
That's awesome.
turned it into like a suit of armor, right? And he made like a big metal steel like bat logo for the front of it. He had like Kevlar gloves, the spikes on the arms. He had like bought like metal ones and sharpened them. He had like a real like military like utility belt that looked like it had like the pouches like the old school Batman. He had like he had a cape that had like little metal bits in the fucking scallops of the cape, so that when he like hit somebody, it would hurt them a little bit. You know what I mean? It would daze them.
Oh, he was trying to become Batman, is what you're saying, guy. He was like literally going to be outside.
Wait, follow me.
All right,
follow
go.
me. Follow me. We're getting there. Follow me.
Oh God.
He had real batarangs, right? He had like the throwing stars, right? He had real batarangs. He had pepper spray. He had like all kinds of shit. Brass knuckles, you fucking name it. Hidden knives. You know what I mean? He had like he wore steel toe boots. You know, he was armored up. He wore like knee braces and shit. He was not fucking around. So anyway, he would wear this suit throughout the year, throughout the summer, throughout the winter, spring, fall. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He would get hammered, like drunk, put the suit on, go to a bar, and start bar fights with the suit. And he would put the black makeup on his eyes and shit. He would
That's
go the whole thing, guy. The whole thing.
While he was drunk, did he say his parents died in after the theater?
No, but he would talk with a grisly voice, like fucking Christian.
Oh, he did
Bale
the Batman voice. He did the Batman voice. Oh shit!
Yeah.
So he was like, before he drank, he was Bruce Wayne, and then after he drank, he
Because and the other thing too is like he had on his pouches he had like compartments for like his drugs, because he was also like he was an addict and shit.
Oh,
so he had like a little like bat pill bottle and shit. He had like his bat pipe. He had a bat lighter. He had like all this shit, guy.
Batman needs a scoop. He needs a scoot. Scoot.
And he would just go and start fights and shit. He would literally like go patrol the streets. He would just I'm not even fucking kidding. There was one time me and my friend were hanging out in downtown. This is like downtown in like a fucking small town Vermont, dude. This is like middle of fucking nowhere. There's like one gas station open, you know, and we're walking around, and who the fuck do we see walking around town? None other than Batman himself, guy. And dude, it was so funny. He was walking with purpose. You know what I mean? He was swinging his fucking shoulders, guy. He was fucking, dude. It was hilarious, dude. It was like August. It was August. It was like August at like fucking midnight. It was crazy.
Did he have his own theme music, guy, as he walked by? Did he have theme music playing in the back?
No theme. When he walked by, I was just like, "Hey, Claire," and he didn't say anything to me, dude.
Because his name's Vengeance, idiot.
Well, you should have said Batman. You should have said, "Hey, Batman."
Hey,
You would have turned
Hey,
around.
Batman.
I'm Batman.
Yeah. Hey, Vengeance. Yeah.
Hey, Justin.
I have to ask this question: did he have like an arch? Did he have a Joker in the town, like his Joker? Not necessarily like the look and all that stuff, but that one guy he went after at the bar.
Probably. I didn't know.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
All right.
He probably did, because there was like certain people that he would target, you know?
I'm sure there was like a homeless person or two that he pissed off that was like, there's that fucking Batman guy again. Like, he definitely had a rogues gallery.
What's even crazier is like this guy, I haven't talked to him in years. He got arrested. The last I heard about this dude, he got arrested. He burned down like a drug house. He just fucking like threw like a Molotov in the fucking thing and sat on the porch while it burned.
In the suit? In the suit?
Not in the suit.
Oh man, if he was in the suit, guy, that would have been fucking the best.
I know.
And then they could have put in the newspaper, the local newspaper, Batman burns down drug house, guy. That would have been
Let's
awesome.
just say he was. Let's say he was. He was in the suit. He was in the suit.
Fuck yeah, man. That just does it for me, guy. He's in the suit. He burned.
Right. I'll have to show you guys this fucking mugshot, because he looks fucking insane, guy.
Well, he's going around I'm Batman.
And he's not a big guy either. He's little. He's a little dude.
Did he put nipples on the suit though?
No nipples on
No
the suit.
nipples.
No,
All right.
no.
Damn it.
So I have a big announcement. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad.
Oh my God! No way!
Congratulations, guy.
Are you
oh,
kidding
man.
me?
Super excited. Yeah, we went.
Holy shit.
We went and we went to the thing and we picked it out. Yeah, picked it out.
Picked one out, yeah.
They opened up the cage.
A cage.
Yeah, they were like laying down on the floor for some reason. There was at least a blanket, so they were kind of warm, but they were like kind of piled up.
Justin, you
each
know
other for
there's
warmth,
usually
I
a
think.
stork involved, right? Like this, the the stork brings. You don't go to the stork.
Oh.
The stork comes to you.
Oh, I went straight to the factory, dude. I wanted a good one.
You went to Stork LLC.
Yeah, so Harley and I, we went in and picked it out. It's going to be a little baby boy.
Oh
little,
my gosh.
Little puppy dog. Little puppy dog. I'm so excited.
Little good dog.
Wow.
Someday you're gonna cry over it.
Yeah, I know. Someday it's going to die. Someday
The dog dies in the end, and then all of a sudden
I'm going to be
you're fucking bawling in the back.
I know. I'm going to be a dog dad. What's really funny is when I texted you guys that I'm going to go look at a puppy, that was the only thing Gula had to say was, "Oh no, that thing's going to die someday," or something like that.
One thing I like to think about in that moment is like, I think about it's almost like a mental time machine where you like reach forward and create an image of like yourself. I'm usually way more buff than I am, and I have like a big gray beard, and I'm just like my tears are running down my big gray buff beard. I was like, no, mittens.
Mittens. Yeah. That's all Gula had to say was, "Oh no, you know it's going to die one day." And then when I sent him photos of it, he says, "Yep, you're done."
Yeah, tiny little thing.
You're all done, guy.
Tiny but big.
That thing was
fat.
cute as fuck, guy. That thing was cute as fuck, guy.
Dude, I can't fuck away.
Was that a pit bull?
It's a English bulldog.
No, you're really done now, guy.
I know.
You are all done.
Oh, dude.
That's an expensive fucking dog right there,
this
boy.
guy. Yeah, it is. We're looking into that pet insurance right now. Like,
You better, guy. Because let me tell you, somebody got an English bulldog and nothing but vet bills. That thing is like a walking vet bill. I'm not saying that dog's gonna be a walking vet bill, but more than likely it's going to be like the dude was like, "Oh, I had to get his eyelids fucking refixed, and his sinus was all fucked up. They had to go through his neck and fucking cut all the tubes out of it, guy. So it's not like."
Oh man, I love the name you picked out for it though.
yeah, Chopper.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's such a good, it's such a good name. I I couldn't have picked a better name myself, just for the breed, and
Yep.
it's also even funnier looking at the little baby pictures of the little puppy and being like, like that's little Chopper.
Yeah, that's so the mom is a old English bulldog. She's a big girl, and the dad is just an English bulldog. I don't think, not like an old English bulldog, like a little smaller. So there's probably something else in there too. But man, they're so fucking cute.
You know, they say, Justin, the dogs that look like their owners.
I know.
You're gonna have to act. You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to fucking represent now.
When I got my first like iPod Touch, the first wallpaper that I ever downloaded for it was a baby English bulldog. Like, I always wanted a fucking English bulldog,
That's
man.
sweet.
So
Oh, well, look at you, man.
our friend had some puppies. Her family had some puppies. Their last litter of puppies, I've kind of got to see grow up. You know what I mean? So like, and they're all relatively healthy dogs. They're all like energetic and chill and cool and happy and pretty all well behaved and shit. So like, I'm pretty confident in the dog, you know. And it's also like, I got to go there and hold it as a baby and pick it out, and like it's not like I'm going on a website and fucking you know what I'm saying. Like it just felt like a better experience. But that being said, we weren't gonna do it because it was pretty expensive. But my mom who lives in Vermont, came to visit me in Maine this weekend. And today this morning she was up. The first fucking thing she said to me was, "Yeah, you got to get that dog." Like, you got to get that dog. She's like, "If you don't get that dog, you're going to regret it."
How much did you spend?
The total price of the dog was only
Oh my god. Holy shit.
I'm not even on headsets and I heard that. Bro.
yeah.
My heart right now. My heart. Oh, my heart. Oh, bro. My wife is losing her mind on the side of me
Holy
right now.
fuck.
She doesn't even have a headset on. She heard that. She said, my heart, guy. Bro. She said, bro. She said, bro.
If you were my son, I'd knock you upside your head.
Well, I'm happy for you.
No way in fucking hell.
My wife is going, no way, fucking hell. She said, no way
Hey,
in
Justin,
fucking hell.
I can't blame you. I just dropped that in curtains the other day, so it's totally relatable.
It'd be even funnier if in the episode we just bleep out how much it is and just let people assume.
Oh, yeah. Dude, get like a dog bark. Be like,
Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know,
You
man.
can't put a fucking price on love, guy. You can't. You know?
You can't put a price on love, but
Yeah, you can.
yeah, you can. My wife just said, yeah, you fucking
I don't know,
can.
because like I said, I didn't spend nearly that much on Daisy, but like if I took Daisy to the vet and they were like, all right, we can fix her, but I'd be like, all right, I'll be right back.
Most I've ever spent on a dog was like $350.
And that's a vet.
But that's fucking nuts, guy. That's fucking insane. Well,
I love hearing Sam in the background. That's so funny.
She's blown away.
she's losing her mind right now. She is losing her mind like she's your fucking mother, guy, going, you fucking spent that kind of fucking money on that thing? What the fuck is wrong with
It's
you?
a beautiful dog. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying as a debt.
That's a debt. That's a debt.
Tell him I said you better sell a lot of fucking crystals and stop smoking
I
weed.
know, right? I know.
You'll find the fucking love of your life if you buy this crystal right now, guy.
It's going to be a Christmas puppy, too, because we're picking it up on December 21st. So,
Oh, nice.
So John, do you have a lot?
It's pretty quick. We'll do your B fact. We'll do my thing, and then as soon as I do my thing, we'll do the closeout. How's that sound?
Sounds good. All right. The number one honey producing state is, drum roll please, North Dakota.
whoa, North Dakota coming out. Holy shit.
Coming out, guy, with the number one honey producing state.
Isn't it
North
cold in
Dakota.
North Dakota?
I guess they fucking protect those fucking bees with the.
Maybe they have a lot of bee like honey farms. I just didn't see the bee population being that high in an area. Like you'd think it'd be like oranges, and it'd be like the biggest bee populations in somewhere where it's nice and it's almost like spring year round. Maybe like Florida-ish, northern Florida.
Well, I mean, it fucking gets cold in New England, and we got bees all over the fucking place and yellow jackets and shit.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
let's do it.
here we go. As soon as I'm going to show you guys, and we're going to close the show. All right. Tell me what you see here.
Oh, shit.
Yo.
Oh, my God.
What are we looking at?
Oh, my
shit.
God. Ultrasound photos of a new little fucking van hook.
We got a brand new babe, brand new bee just entered the hive, gentlemen.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit! John is having a new baby.
Get the fuck out of here. John's pregnant.
Hey, most importantly though, be cool.
Shut the fuck up.
Buzz, motherfucker.
John did it. He came.
All right, let's get into this guy. We got the vintage Boba Fett retro collection. What is that? Collezione Serie. Kenner. Let's just get into this thing. Come on. All right, that was an easy pull. What is this thing? Nobody cares. Yeah, that's what we're here for. The old Boba Fett.
God, shooting shit out. I don't even know where that got. Oh, it's way down here. So we got a couple blasters here. Wow, look at them guys. Let's see. I don't know. Look, maybe we can get one in his hand. I'm not gonna take too much of your time here. Fuck yeah. Oh shit. All right. We got Boba Fett back in action. Buzz, motherfucker.